In the last video, we implemented a bottom sheet and prepared the UI foundation for our to-do app. So today we will plug the missing piece using shared preferences. Shared preferences is Android's simplest way to store small data in key value pair in local storage. Things like username, login state, theme preference, data that should survive app restart. Basically, main goal is to store small piece of data in local storage. For example, let's say a user is logged in into our application, right? And user closed the application, and when he opens the application again, in that case, we can check if user was previously logged in or not. So these are the small use cases in which shared preferences is the best choice. Now, I'm not going to explain this thing in abstract way. Let's understand shared preferences directly from code. So if you are not interested in building the XML layout, then you can skip to this timestamp. Now, here in the last video, we have added a floating action button with this constraint layout, but this UI is not required in this video. So remove everything from here, and instead of this, change this constraint layout to linear layout. Then here add the orientation as vertical, and then add the padding value as 24. So here I'm going to add a text field, a text view, and a button. So whatever user will enter on that text field, we will show that data in the text view, and when user will close the application and reopen, then that entered value should be shown on the text view. Okay, so this is the goal for today's video. So here first add a text view, and then here give the id as tv username, and then here add the text size, and then here add the dummy text, and the dummy text should be empty, right? Because initially user didn't entered anything, so here make the text value as empty. Then here add the padding value, and then here add the margin bottom value. Then here add the edit text in which user will enter their value. So for layout width, here add the match parent, and for height, here add the wrap content, and then for id, here give it id as et username, and then here add the hint text so that user know what he going to enter in this field. Then here add the padding, and then here add the layout margin bottom and give the value as 12dp. Then close this text field, and here create a new component as button. Then for layout width and height, here add the wrap content. Then for id, here give the id as button save name. Then for text, here give the text as save. So this is it about XML layout. Now let's move to main activity.kt file where we implement our shared preference. So let me remove this bottom sheet thing from here, and then also remove this view compact thing from here. And then here we need our views which we created in activity underscore main.xml file, right? So here create the variable for username, and then create another variable for username, and this time it is going to be text field, and above was the text view. Okay, then afterwards here create the button, and let's call it as button save, and then mention their id. Now come above here, and here create a private variable, and let's give the name as prefs name, and then initialize it with app underscore prefs. So this prefs underscore name variable is the file name. Like whenever we are creating a file, we had to give the name to that file, right? So this is the file name in which where our data is going to be stored, and you can name this file anything what you want. Then here create another variable, and this time name this variable as key username, and then here add the username. So this key underscore username, and the value is username, so this is the key inside our this prefs name. So this is the file, and this is the key in which our data is going to be stored. So whenever we want to access our data, we always need to use this thing. Okay, and again, try to understand shared preferences as the simple map. We have a key, and on that key we have certain value. Okay, now after getting these variable, we need to open the shared preference file in which we are going to read the data and write the data. Okay, so here first we need to create the shared preference. So here create a variable as prefs, then here add get shared preferences. Okay, so this will open the file for reading and writing the data. Then here we need to pass the file name, and the file name will be used to open that specific file. For example, in a single app, we can have different files, right? For example, one file can be used for saving username, one file can be used for saving user's login state, and there can be multiple files in which we are storing multiple data, right? So here we need to pass our this pref's name because we want to open this file. Then here mention mode private. So this mode private means only this app can access this data. Like we stored something sensitive data, right? So we don't want that some other application can read this data, right? So this is why it's important to make it as private. So this is the standard and safest mode to create a shared preference. Now here we need to read the data that whatever user has entered, right? So in this case, here create a new variable as saved name, and then here we will use this prefs thing. So here mention prefs, then get string, because we stored the username and username can be in string only, right? But apart from this, we also have this get int, get boolean kind of thing which we can use, right? Then after adding get string, we need to pass the key. So here mention key username, and then here pass the empty string. So basically what is happening here, we are reading the data from prefs, right? And as I told you, in the shared preference, we stored the data in key value pair, right? So we want to know the value, and for knowing the value, we need to pass the key. So here we have passed this key username, and on this key we will get our value, whatever value we stored in shared preferences. Okay, then here add a null checker. Like let's say user didn't added any value, right? In that case we need to assign some value to this saved name variable. So here add the empty string. Like if user didn't added any value, right, then we will simply assign the empty string to it. Now once we get the value, we need to update our the text view in which we will show the value. So here simply mention TV username dot text, and then here assign the saved name to it. So whenever the app restart or reopen, we will read the data from the shared preference, and after reading that data, we will update the UI. If nothing is saved, in that case, we will simply show a empty string, right? And keep this thing in mind. Don't assume that in preference you always going to have some value. So it's good idea to add a null check. If there is no value, then we can show some empty string. Now let's implement the logic of saving the data when button is pressed. Okay, so here simply mention button save, then here add the set on click listener method onto that button, and afterwards here create a variable as name, and then inside this variable here first we need to get the name which user has entered into the text field. Okay, so here mention et username, then dot text, and then to string. So here whatever user has entered, we will getting that data and converting it into string. But there can be a case that user didn't enter any value and he just simply pressed that button, right? So in this case, here again add a null check. Like if the value is null, in that case we will assign a empty string to it. Okay. Now afterwards here add the prefs. Then here we want to edit the data inside this preference thing. Okay, so here call this edit function. Then here call the put string, because when we are reading the data we added the get string, and when we are putting the data then we need to add put string, right? Because basically here we are overriding the data, whatever data was there. Okay, so here we need to add the put string. So here mention that, and then here we need to pass the key, like on which key we want to write the data. So here mention key username, and then here we need to pass what data we are trying to add on this key. So here pass the name, because we want this name value should be added onto this key. Okay, and then here call this apply function, so it will apply this data to here. Now just save the code and run the application and wait for a few minutes. And yeah, our app is restarted. Now let's see if everything working fine or not. So here I'm mentioning widget wisdom, then I pressed on to the save button, and you can see the saved data is reflected inside our text view. Now just close this application and reopen it, and here you can see in the text view we are seeing widget wisdom, and this is the same data which we have entered in our text field. So this is it about the shared preference. Now our bottom sheet is ready, shared preferences is clear. In the next video, we will finally build the To-Do app. UI plus bottom sheet plus local storage. Everything comes together in the next video. So I will see you in the To-Do app video. Till then, bye-bye.